Hey everybody, welcome back to Live to Fish, and today we're going to talk about that fall topwater bite. And one of the favorite lures of most anglers up here in the Midwest is the buzzbait. So the buzzbait comes in many different styles, but it's all about that buzz and that big action on the topwater. Now the buzzbait is all about making noise, making some commotion on that topwater to draw those bass up and get those big strikes. And if you like the buzzbait as much as I do, you're not going to want to miss what's coming up. Right here, only here, on Live to Fish. All right, welcome back to Live to Fish, and today we're going to talk about a new topwater lure, and that is the ZMan Hellraizer. What's the ZMan Hellraizer? Well, it's kind of a take on the chatterbait. It's kind of a take on the topwater. It's kind of a take on a walking bait on topwater. Now, if that sounds confusing, don't worry about it. We're going to break down this lure and show you exactly what it does and how to use it. Now, the Hellraizer is made by ZMan. You might know him best for the originator of the chatterbait and one of my favorite springtime baits, the jackhammer. Now, in early spring, the jackhammer produced like no other lure for me. In fact, there's no surprise that in the spring there was a blow up on YouTube with chatterbaits and especially the jackhammer. But what does that have to do with a topwater bait, and what does that have to do with the Hellraizer? Well, let's take a look. All right, straight out of the package, it kind of looks like a chatterbait. You see the bladed end right here? This is actually the tail end of the bait. This is not what you are going to be tying onto. What you're going to be tying onto is this belly ring right here in the center of the bait. This is going to be your front-facing end of the lure. So you're going to want to tie on there. You're going to have a treble hook in the middle, and you're going to have this weighted blade back here in the back with a treble hook and a little feathering. Ooh, just poked myself. These are sharp, sticky hooks, by the way. Be careful. So the way this is going to work is we're going to tie onto the belly here. We're going to cast it out, let it drop a little bit, and then we're going to retrieve at a steady cadence. Now there's a slight ripple on the water right now, and you're going to get to see the action on this lure. Let's go take a look. All right, you can see I got the Hellraizer tied into that belly ring. And again, that's the back of the lure with the weighted blade. And I'm going to be throwing that today on the Mach Smash combo. And this is with 12-pound fluorocarbon. This is the Seagar Invisix. And again, we're going to try this out on some pretty calm waters here on Lake St. Clair. As you can see, the water levels have really dropped here. This is normally where I would be standing and the water would be coming up to me. But now it's really, really dropped. All right, cast it out there. You can kind of feel the vibration just like a chatterbait. And I'm bringing it in with a steady retrieve. It's popping that topwater. It's kind of a cross between a walking bait and a buzzbait. It's making a lot of chatter, a lot of noise on the topwater. It's running back and forth. Maybe you can hear that, maybe you can't. Very interesting. And when you stop the retrieve, it will drop. It is not a floating lure. So just like a buzzbait, you want to start bringing it in right away after it hits the topwater. And once you do, that blade action is going to kind of make it plane. And especially the way it's hooked up on that belly ring, it's going to plane up on the top of the water. Man, it sounds a lot like a buzzbait. Okay, now when I'm casting this out, this is not a lure that's going to float on the surface of the water. It's going to be like a buzzbait. It's going to want to start sinking right after the cast. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start your retrieve very, very quickly, and it's going to pull that belly ring up, and it's going to plane on the water. That weight is going to hold the back end down and cause the commotion, just like a buzzbait would. So again, hit the water. I'm starting my retrieve. Instantly see it hit the topwater, and you can see that action. Again, you might not be able to hear it on the GoPro, but that thing is click-clacking and splashing like nobody's business. All right. Now, one thing to point out here, the price point on this is around the same as what you're going to find for the Whopper Ploppers. You're going to find this running anywhere from $12 to $15. I've seen it for a little bit more, so buyer beware. Make sure you shop around. Like I said, I picked these up for $12, and that was through my Carl's Club discount. So you can definitely find some deals on them. You just got to look for it. Again, here it is, the Topwater Chatterbait, the ZMan Hellraizer, paired up with the Lew's Mach Smash. And I got it not only in the bone color here, but I also got it in the chrome. And also the Ghost Shad. So there you have it, something new on the market that you may want to try. Again, it gives the action more like a buzzbait does, but to be honest, it's a straight up topwater chatterbait. So again, you get the best of both worlds. If you're a chatterbait fan and you want something on topwater that mimics that action, this is the lure for you. Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe, smash that like, and thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. Until next time, be safe, be well, and as always, live to fish. Take care, everybody.